Well, it's a cool day, but it's a windy day. So we're gonna get the pump down to the creek and we'll see if we get it all set up to fill up the pond, which will in turn fill up our tote here. Our plants are doing well. You can see they're actually doing quite well. So we're gonna get into that. And then we wanna get down to our bottom trellis there. We're gonna start putting in the beans. So I gotta do some whipper snipping first. So sorry about the audio if it's a little windy there, but yeah, let's get started and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done. All right, so I have a bunch of these scabs, what we call scabs when you're doing milling. They're just the leftover pieces that couldn't be cut into a dimensional piece. So I'm gonna take all of these pieces and I'm gonna cut them into like tiles. They can be all different sizes, doesn't matter, I don't care. I got a whole bunch over here and I'm gonna take them down to the garden to help suppress the weeds. And to explain that, I'm just gonna have to show you. So let's cut a bunch of these, get them loaded up into the car, drive them on down. And while we're hooking up that pump and stuff, we'll start you know, cleaning up some of the garden beds and adding these wood plates. All right, down here at the trellis, we're gonna do a quick line trim in here and get her cleaned up a bit. I got my wood ready to go to help with the weed suppression. And yeah, I just drove my car down here because the ground's hard enough to do so. So let's get to work. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. That's all I'm gonna do. It's just you know, leave them. It's okay if there's spaces because it'll just make it easier for me to weed, that's all. But the water will still get in, and well, we're gonna try it anyways regardless. So here we go. And there we have it. It's like using wood chips, except I'm using bigger pieces or sheet mulching in a way, but it allows the water to come in and go underneath, and it should flatten out a lot of those weeds and help suppress a lot of it. And if I want to dig in and put something like, say, right here, I just take out a couple of them and it should be close to where I want it as opposed to the way it is now. So my apples are struggling. These are the ones that got eaten by the vole. These are my two delicious apples, this one and this one over here, which is struggling. If it had probably rain every other day, they'd probably bounce back, but I don't know. So let's go get working on the pump for now. But this is pretty much prepped for the time being to go get the beans. So beans are going in here, and it's the first week of June, so it's time to start doing your planting in the ground. All right, what I'm gonna do is gonna move some of these panels out of the way. It's just for demonstration purposes, but yeah, move them out of the way a bit. And I'm gonna dig up and along here, and we're gonna put all our beans in. So what I got is two types of beans here. I got the yellow golden waxed and just the straight green beans. They're straight from Burpee, so they're a pretty good brand. But yeah, we're gonna get them in the ground. We need some beans. All right, so I had to trench it out a little bit, get rid of some of the wood chips that I had stacked in there. Because it didn't stay wet long enough, those wood chips really didn't do anything. So I'm actually glad I'm going to the tiling system here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over yonder and we're gonna grab some of that compost that's over there in my composter, and we'll bring it on over here and we'll throw some seeds in and we'll be done. Let's get to it. So all done. Put the panels back in there, and now I might see if I can get some water out of the creek to water these, but I will throw a little bit of water on here. I'll grab a couple cans and water it. Yeah, and that's about it. So I'm done for this. I'm gonna work on my greenhouse just a little bit. There's some dirt in there I want to till up and flatten out a bit to make a platform for some of my shelving units. So I'm gonna go head off and do that, and if I get any work done, I'll show you that as well. Let's get going. Okay, so here's the start of leveling up. I have to raise the floor a bit. As you can see, it needs to come up to at least that blue line right there where the rigid insulation ends. So we've got to fill that in with, this is the better dirt that's over here in my big pile that I use. That's what I'm going to do. So putting it in here, and then I'm going to level it out. I just got to go find my rake. All right, foundation is in. So I did the best I could for right now. It's kind of hot in here, so you got to do a little bit in the morning and then do something else. So I'm going to go look for some patio stones, and hopefully I'll set up these shelving units here down at the end there. I want to get them up. So let's get at that, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, so we got about to that far, but I finally got my shelves up, which means more room in the greenhouse. So we'll keep tinkering with it too. You can see I got a little gap on this side here. I'm gonna have to mess with that a little bit and get her flattened out again. I'm gonna have to change some of these shelves on this one here. But for the most part, it's in. I'm happy. They're see-through, like they don't have a backing on them, which is good. And that's it. So I'm gonna stop with that for this, and now I'm gonna go work on the water pump and see if I can get some water out of the creek and do some more line trimming. So stay with me. All right, so I was able to get the line trimmer working up again. We had a little bit left. I'll have to get a few rolls this week. Then I put some of these old boards down too as well. But it helped separate my lupins, keep the weeds under control a little bit. And I got some rhubarb in here I want to grow. It's been struggling the last couple of years. And my grapes too. So everything's kind of struggling until I get that water in here. They probably wouldn't be struggling if they got a nice dose of water each day. But yeah, these lupins are absolutely monsters. Beautiful. I love them. So there we go. Lots of wildflowers coming out too around here. Over by the pond and stuff. But yeah, that's it for this week. Stay tuned till next week, and we'll do another video.